How to offer criticism. Hi, I'm Shushmita. I'm a brand coach, a painter, a graphic designer, a copywriter, and a creative professional overall, as you can say. 50 Shades of Creative is a compilation of my 12 years of experience in painting, graphic design, copywriting, creative supervision, in brand communication, and in advertisement. I am here to make things easier for you and simpler for you, and to make sure you don't make the mistakes I did. And yeah, nobody ever teaches you how to offer criticism. First of all, make sure that criticism you don't give unless you are asked. All of us, we are drowned by opinions, and on social media everywhere, or in books and in historical leaders, you will say one thing, you will see one thing, you will find one thing that they all say, that you need to first remove people's opinions from your head, because everything you are thinking, all the limitations we have in our head are rooted by people's opinions, by our education system, by our family, by our society, or anything, absolutely anything. What we see, what we learn, we start believing, and that is how it works. That is how limitations works. And once we start going through the process of learning something, of doing good at something, of being a better person, of being better at something, being professionally better, one prime thing that stops us from pursuing, and that really creates some challenging situations for us, is people's opinions. And oftentimes people don't mean bad, they just have this drive. We all have this drive to say something about absolutely anything. Let's say this water bottle that I have, and some will say it's pretty, and some will say what kind of bottle is this, and some will say anything. Absolutely whatever you present to someone, or see something, or whenever you encounter some people and you interact with them, you will find that people have this drive to interact, that oftentimes that drive to interact and that craving to have attention, that craving to prove themselves, they give certain opinions, and we start doing that as well. And even me, even I, if I find something that is really bothering me, I try not to, but sometimes I pass some opinions of my own. However, since I know I'm a professional and I know how to offer criticism and how to pass and how to offer my opinions in a constructive way or not at all, I think that it is high time that I should help you all too. For those of you who are creative professionals, and I know many of my viewers are coaches. So, when do you criticize? Number one, you must not offer or provide your criticism unless you are asked. If someone is telling you that this is a very difficult task, or this is a very difficult system, or this is a very difficult program, you don't instantly say that no, it's not, it's very easy. Well, someone is finding it difficult. That is why they are saying. So, first of all, develop some compassion and develop some integrity within yourself. Just don't just fight of energies, fight of comments, because that is not how it works. You need to understand others have different perception. This, which is what I have been helping people understand, that each one of us have a unique perception. And that is why, in my 50 Shades of Creative, the motto is, you have your own shade, I have my own shade. Together, when we blend all the shades, the world becomes more colorful. So everyone has their own perception. So don't just make a comment, don't just offer some opinion without thinking it through. So when somebody asks you that, do you find it difficult, or if this is a mandatory program, or if this is something that you and that person must interact upon, then if they are saying something that you don't agree with, you can politely say that I don't agree, or I find it like that. Then you own what you have to say, you own your opinion and you own your knowledge, and that person that you are offering it to, they have this space where they can have their opinion, where they can hold their judgment, their experience, why accepting what you are telling them, because it is true for you. You didn't throw it out, throw the ball in their court. You just say that on my side I find it easy to handle the ball, and then allow them their space to find it difficult, and let them ask you if you know something about it, and let them ask you for the solution. This is how you do. This is having integrity. Now, let's come to criticism. How do you offer that? Write it down in the comment section below, or write it down in your notebook, that a criticism consists of three parts. Number one, it must have an appreciation, as in any kind of effort. If someone is asking you for a criticism, or you will find how expensive critics are on the internet, you will see that there are free reviews, there are free check-in sites, there are free trials, but there is no free criticism. You will never see that critique, especially for creative professionals. If you are an artist, if you're a designer, if you're a writer, and you are asking for free critique, you will never find. And you will often find that creative professionals are saying that, oh, everyone is so, I just want some constructive criticism, nothing is challenging me, I want to push through my boundaries. Well, guess what, the moment someone criticizes, they become defensive. That's in our nature. But check out my next video where I will carefully help you accept or receive a criticism. First, you need to learn what a criticism is. Appreciate any kind of effort. If someone is designing something, if someone has created a piece of music, if someone has created some script for you, or if someone has done anything, and now it's your turn to shed some light on that fact or shed some light on that work. Number one, you need to appreciate their effort. At absolutely trash, but they put an effort, so you appreciate that. That is the minimum you can do. And if you go through their effort, you will find there are plenty to appreciate, as in their writing style, anything, absolutely anything. If you are looking for something positive, you will find some. And that is very much like SWOT test. That is your strength and weaknesses. You must find what is the strength of that person. Only then you can design your criticism, and you can design a very constructive outlet through which you are helping others. The second thing is weaknesses. Well, everyone has weaknesses, every single one. I have my weaknesses. You who are watching, every single one of you have your weaknesses. We have our share of weaknesses. We are not 360 degree, nobody is. But once you own your weaknesses, you must understand that others, whatever you think is their weakness, you must be very honest and forward about it. You must be very honest about it. Don't feel guilty. Don't apologize for saying. Just be very solid on that. That is your own integrity. Again, I'm saying. So if someone is giving me their work to analyze, or their work for analysis, or someone is giving me their work to give them a review, or someone is giving me their work so I can just check and how they can make it better. When I point out the weaknesses, I will be very strong, and I am very strong because those are the weaknesses that I know. If you don't know about it, just say that I don't know about it, and do not continue that sentence, and do not make a paragraph out of I don't know, but do not make a paragraph on that. What you must do is you say that I don't know about it, but it seems nice, or I appreciate the effort. However, I am not familiar with it, so I cannot help you with it. Or I don't know what the weaknesses are. You must be very honest. And if never force someone, and if you are dealing with someone who is forcing you to give an opinion this way or that way, then you understand that that person is seeking approval. So the second thing is pointing out weaknesses and doing it very solidly, very honestly. And I'm not saying be aggressive, be brutal, be rude. I'm not saying that. But let's say this black bottle, and if someone is finding out any weaknesses, well, it doesn't even contain 1 liter. It is very good for, on the run, for going out. That is its weakness. But for keeping in the home and for drinking, I would suggest that you get a 1 liter bottle. This is what I would say. I'm just giving you an example. So if you look at this, you can find some weakness. Or this is the black bottle, or this is the plastic bottle. It is not very healthy to continue drinking from a plastic bottle for a very long time. So keep it in mind. And that should be my son. And that should be very solid. Don't go, oh, I'm sorry for saying. No, own it. Very much own it. What you think, own it. If you don't think that this is a very solid opinion, then don't say it. Have your own integrity. When it's time to be silent, be silent. And the third part is your opinion, aka notes. When you are giving them, that is an option. You must always remember that nothing is absolute. Nothing, absolutely nothing is not nothing is absolute. Time is not absolute, and Nothing is. Reality is not absolute. There is nothing called absolute. So when you are providing them the solution, if you have pointed out the weaknesses, then you must have the solution. That is the solution you are providing. Let's say you have made this art. Again, what can I show you? Let's say this pen, you have I am showing you this pen, so you can say that the weakness is you cannot use it for long because the gel and it leaks in water, so you can only use it for, I think, one document or just one artwork or something. Then the strong point, what is the solution for this? For this ink, you can use that brand of pen, or for this ink, you can precisely use this kind of artwork, or for this ink, this is, you know, a brown pen, so it will be for crafting. It will be very good for crafting. But other than that, for a serious artwork, then it will be very expensive. So that is the solution, that you can either switch the brand and opt for another type of ink, and otherwise you must keep in mind that you have to invest a lot of money to have this ink and make a very big artwork or a serious artwork. So you can provide a solution. And what is your opinion? If my opinion is that I wouldn't use that, then it is my opinion, and I would give them as an option, as in if I were you, I would go for black, or if I were you, I would go for pure crimson, because that is, you know, if you're going for a reddish hue, go red, and then create the dimension with other inks, that I would say. But that is an option, and I know that even if someone is doing this with this ink and someone is using this color, it is very much possible that they can do better than I am, and they can have some techniques that I am not familiar with. And that is that oftentimes we all have our options. So when you are giving your opinion, number one, you provide them the solution, and number two, whatever option you can give. One solution is, you know, don't do it, or whatever you have done, this is wrong, so the right way is this. And when you are giving an opinion, then make it a note. Don't just shove your ideas down their throat. This is one mistake that I have done plenty of times, countless times, and I regret that. I shouldn't have been like that because nobody taught me that. But with time, I have cultivated some manner and integrity, and I have understood psychology and how things go, and how things are oftentimes interpreted. So I have developed this, and this has worked magic for me. Even when I receive criticism, I understand when someone is very constructive and very organized, and someone is listening to my side, and they are giving me appreciation, they are giving me pointing out solid weaknesses, and they have their point, they make their point very clear. And then they have the solution for that, and then they ask questions and they give their opinions that they think, and I can try this. So that is a very good way of interacting someone with integrity. Same thing when you are communicating in brand, and you have some of your motto, whereas when we are for brand communication, we avoid negativity, we avoid trashing other brands, we avoid you know, any kind of controversy, or we avoid, because that is not there is no integrity. But we understand that there will always be conflict with something or someone or some other brands. And how do we resolve those conflicts? Well, they are doing their thing, we are doing ours. That's it. So there will always be weaknesses in everything, and there will always be strengths in everything. So our strength is this, and those of you who are looking for these solutions and these strengths, please come to us so we can help you. That is how it works. I hope my video helped. Feel free to share this if this video has helped you, and if you have learned something, or if you have found a new perception. That is what I prefer. Leave me a thumbs up. Let me know where you're from in the comment section, and the points that I have told you and that I have shared, please write it down in the comment section, because this will reaffirm your learning. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe so you can get all the updates and you don't miss any updates from 50 Shades of Creative, and hit that notification bell. That way every time, ding, whenever I post a video. Thank you very much for watching my video, and happy 2021.